is on the brink of a The US is on the brink of a nuclear war with Russia and China. At least that's the stark warning from America's Strategic Command Chief, the four-star Admiral Charles Richmond.
The US military must shift its principal assumption from nuclear employment is not possible to nuclear employment is a very real possibility, and act to meet and deter that reality.
Well, the former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter believes the warnings are a dangerous move.
If the United States uses nuclear weapons against Russian forces or on Russian soil, the Russians will have no choice but to respond. This is what makes the Admiral's statements about preparing for nuclear war so dangerous, because there is no way of containing it. If there is a nuclear war between the United States and Russia, it will be a general nuclear war, which means not only will both nations be annihilated, but the world will also be destroyed as we currently know it. The United States identified Russia and China as peer adversaries, requiring the buildup of conventional military power to adequately contain the threat they pose, both in Europe, in terms of the Russians, and in the Pacific, in terms of the Chinese. As things currently stand, the United States does not have the conventional military force necessary to successfully engage with the guarantee of conventional victory, either Russia or China, which means that should there be a conflict, nuclear weapons would probably have to be employed on the part of the United States. It will take some time, but we eventually got through the Cold War, and I'm hopeful we will eventually get through this.
Hey, Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and fears to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chak, Wadash. Belongs to elders and apostles, GMS citation to election, the true real house of David. Now, as you can see, these heathens, their hope is in vain, because it ain't gonna be like the Cold War, and the Lord ain't gonna prolong this wicked kingdom on the earth. He's about to destroy this place. And they said, basically, he was talking about it went from a nuclear war is not possible to a nuclear war is very possible, and they're trying to defect and they're trying to deter that from happening. But guess what? You can't change your destiny, you Edomites, and also the wicked of our people. And you're not gonna be able to save yourself by who you know or how much subscribers you have, how much money you have. Nah, man, that's out the window. That's even a prophecy that how men shall cast their gold and silver out into the streets, which you have a lot of people buying up gold and silver, thinking that that's gonna get them somewhere. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna get you nowhere quick. See, it's all about if you have the word and a sincere interaction relationship with the Lord. But this is becoming more and more real and evident. And they have that saying, oh, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Well, you can't fake it no more. You can't say, oh, it'll never happen. That's for many years. That's even a proverb in Israel. What he says is going to happen in many years. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. Well, it's going to happen in this lifetime. The Lord said, this generation shall not pass till all be fulfilled. And these things are happening quick. Preluding to Revelation 11 and 14, the second war is past, which is the Second World War. And the third war coming quickly. Not no Cold War 2. It ain't gonna be Cold War. Yeah, the love of man is waxing cold, but it's gonna be with burning and fuel of fire. Isaiah 9 and 5. Every battle of the warrior was confusing noise, and garments roll with blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. So that's what's about to happen. It's about to get hot. And this is the hope of the Edomites. They're trying to bring peace and stability, but once they start saying that, then we know that the destruction is nigh in that hand. So let's get this first. This is Psalms 146 and 3 says, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth. In that very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the power of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his power." And That's why we're hated so much, because what we have cannot be bought. That's why Peter said to the wicked, you know, your money's going to perish with you. You think you can buy the gift of the Most High with money, with this corruptible, unrighteous, deceitful riches? No, you can't, man. A lot of guys, you've sold out. You sold yourself short, man. Just like Judas Iscariot, and just like it says in Proverbs, for just a piece of bread a man will transgress. It says, which made heaven and earth, the sea and all that therein is, which keepeth true forever, which executeth judgment for the oppressed, which giveth food to the hungry. The Lord looseth the prisoners. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind. The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. The Lord loveth the righteous. The Lord preserveth the strangers. He relieveth the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turneth it upside down. So he's about to turn this place upside down. Right now it's pleasure. It's all about comfortability. But it's about to get really rocking out here, man. You see? And that's what this truth is doing. That's what you're supposed to use this truth for, to open up other men's eyes. But you blind leaders out there, you want the people to be blind like you, and then you want to keep them in the dark. You weirdos, man. You evil men out there. And nothing Lord made was a smith.
25.
That's what Isaiah. And this is the Lord's weaponry. This is his army that's opening up upon Babylon the Great, which is America. He's opening it up, man. It's about to come. See, no one can deny prophecies anymore, man. You know, as we get close towards the end, it's gonna be more evident. All right, whose counsel will stand? Is the counsels of men or the counsel of the Lord? And this is his weapons, which they've had like brothers videos on it, but it got taken down. But they've shown you charged UFOs literally controlling the nuclear weapons, like playing around. Like they'll shoot them, but then they'll like shoot them down out of thin air, and then they'll make it go on, the nuclear thing go on, and turn it off, because that's the Lord in control of it. They're not really in control of it. It's above them. They was given this information, this scientific knowledge from the Lord, and that's why there's no really more wisdom in Esau, because the Lord said he created to destroy him. He lives by the sword, he's going to die by the sword. And there's no more wisdom in Esau, and that's why I said in Isaiah 47, he didn't really consider his latter end, which were at his end. Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So it's about to be a lot of destruction coming to this evil world. And he's saying, oh, if America and Russia get into it, start just like you seen that triple murder suicide happen in Philadelphia. That's how it's gonna be with Esau on a global scale, man. America's gonna be on the street like, hey man, fuck you pussy, yeah, you pussy, and then Russia gonna come out with a freaking gun, shoot him and his whole wife, and then it's gonna get sick. And then Russia go back inside and commit suicide. That's how it's gonna be, man. And see how quick it was, and no one came out of that, But Lord's gonna deliver the righteous. Isaiah 34 and verse 5. From my sword shall be bathed in heaven. It's gonna come forth out of the heavens. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Esau, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And also you wicked out there of our people, our spirit, you got an iOS 14.4 update. Ain't that something? But anyways, you guys that is doing this work deceitfully, you're cursed too. Because the Lord said, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. All right, guys are doing the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. And the ones that have the truth and do it sincerely, we can see you. You're very, you stick out. You a lot of you guys. Second Ezra 13:31, and one shall undertake. Second Ezra 13 and verse 30. Because when the Lord comes, a lot of people gonna be surprised, Even though we're telling you, even some guys you claim that you're saying that he's coming back, even y'all gonna be astonished because you don't really believe. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Because the realm of Yahushai is about to wage war with this carnal, physical realm. Matter of fact, let me get Revelation 19. Revelation 19 and verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, the chariot, and against his army. And the Lord said in Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, those are going to raise up his two sticks into one, his elect, his warriors, his battle axe, his spiritual army. And that's who they're waging war against. They're waging war against us, man. We're at war right now with Esau and the wicked of our nation. And it's heavy because just recently, let me get this article as well from Organic Lifestyle. Says Fauci talks about the possibility of federally mandated COVID vaccine, which this was all we saw this coming from a mile away. We've been saying this, you know, that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, and this is the beginning of it. This is the trial runs, you know. And I know a lot of people that are taking it, man. They feel like shit. You know, people are getting serious side effects. Some people even dying from it, man. But they want to cover that up, hush hush. Whenever you do a video on always a strike, take it down. But it's okay, because pretty soon Lord's going to take down all you wicked men. For real, for real. Lord said, touch none of my anointed, do my prophets no harm. And if you harm them, you must die. As is written in Revelation 11, the two witnesses. If any man shall hurt them, they must be killed. And the Lord is the one that kills. Yahweh is his name. He's dreadful amongst you heathens. Isaiah 19 and verse 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved out of his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, right there in mind. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, these modern day Edomites. All right, the key players being Russia and America. You know, you could say Democrats and Republicans. You know, globally. You know, state-wise, city-wise, they're divided, man. And they shall look what happens with their neighbors, man. They have no rule over the spirit. You're about to see how much of a beast and an animal Esau and these wicked 2/3 are, man. They're gonna eat each other. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. So the scriptures are always reiterating themselves, man. Always saying the same thing over and over so you can get it through your hide head. Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. Right? Who persecutes us? Who hates us? The heathens. And it's heavy, even our own people. So the 2/3 of our people as well. You're not fighting the curses and what you do is you bless outwardly but you curse inwardly. So you look all good on the outside, but on the inside you full of dead men's bones. You dead, man. So the curse is gonna stick upon you, and them curses ain't gonna come upon you until you reborn again in the kingdom. You know, and finally humble yourself as a little child. A lot of you guys ain't going to enter in because you're not humbling yourself. Haggai 2 and verse 21. Because when this judgment, this destruction comes, it's going to shake things, man. It's going to be terrifying. Speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth, and I'll overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I'll destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I'll overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses that their riders shall come down, everyone by the sword of his brother. So this is basically, like the sword of Gideon. When you go to that story,
Scandi.
all they had to do, the Lord said, blow your trumpet. And then what happened was they just destroyed each other. They, you could say friendly fire. Judges 7 and verse 14. And his fellow answered and said, because he interpreted the dream that he had, this is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, which the Lord has made us our mouth like a sword. Like when you read Isaiah, he's hit us in his quiver. He's made our mouth like a sword. You see, the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel, for into his hand hath power, delivered Midian and all the host. And what was one of the things the Lord said? Be not afraid, though they're big and tall like the Anakim. Don't be dismayed, be courageous. And that's why the Lord's he's only dealing with the spiritual Joshua and Caleb's in these moments right now. That believe, that say we can take and we can do this, so the Lord's with us. Whom shall we fear? And it was so when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Israel and said, Arise, for Yahweh hath delivered into your hand the host of Midian. Verse 17, he said unto them, Look on me, and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that as I do, so shall ye do. Right? Be followers of those that are good examples. When I blow with the trumpet, I and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpets also on every side of all the camp, and say, the sword of Yahweh and of Gideon. Judges 7 verse 21. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the hosts ran and cried and fled. The Lord said he's going to cause your enemies to flee from before you if you take heed. And it's heavy. We're in Black History Month, which we're breaking down that stronghold too. We ain't black, and we're breaking through with the light, the truth. You see, Deuteronomy 28:7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. So as they're rising up against us, they're being smitten, they're being destroyed. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. And I was on my way home today, and I actually passed by a police building, and I saw a bunch of cops just like walking single formation. I don't know if it was like a drill, or I don't know, they're getting ready, Lord knows. But we know we're very, very close, man. And the Lord said, when the enemy comes in like a flood, he's going to raise up a standard. So when them trying to mandate the vaccines, do this, that, and the third, all the witchcraft, and it's heavy too. Just, I'm going to get that. But let me get this first. Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passed away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So the earth, don't listen to Esau. Oh, the whole world will be destroyed. No, the earth is going to abide forever. It's you cancer. Let's just say, Sirach, he that saith King Tamash, the physician cutteth off a long disease. The wicked is that long disease. They're destroying the earth. So the Lord's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Revelation 11:18. It's like a puzzle, right? Everything's coming together. It's beautiful. And if you ain't within that puzzle, if you ain't at peace in the Lord's building, the temple, you're going to be left out, my man. It don't matter what camp you may be in. Oh, I'm in this camp. I'm saved. Oh, yeah? Okay. Haggai 2:23. In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, will I take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, saith the Lord, and will make thee as a signet, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord of hosts. And Lord chooses who man denies. That's how it goes when you look at history and you really read this thing for yourself. The Lord chooses what man denies, what man hates, despises, and kills. Matthew 10:34. Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. You see? So ain't no peace coming, man. Now you wicked out there, you false prophets, you false brethren. You feel the dark about people slightly. You give them some of the truth. And you say peace, peace, shalom, shalom. But there's no peace, man. Like we read earlier, you bless with your mouth, but you curse inwardly. Isaiah 24:10. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. It shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high. So the Lord saying, get low, take cover, get low, take the low, and you got dudes wanting the highest seat, get all high and proud and lofty. The Lord's gonna what? He's gonna punish you too. And the kings of the earth upon the earth, you see. Psalms 37 and verse 15. Let me start verse 14. It says, you know what? Let me start verse 12. It says, the wicked, you know what? 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. So don't get carried away with this goddamn world all frantic and oh my gosh, what about this and this? Don't worry about nothing, man. Put your cares upon the Lord. You have your food, you have a raiment, you have a shelter for the moment. Be grateful, be thankful. It could be a lot worse. People unemployed, people killing themselves, man. People, all kind of stuff going on in this place, man. And it's just gonna keep on increasing. It says the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. You see? All their arrows that's pointing at the righteous are going to be broken. Alright? 1 Samuel 23 and 8. And Saul called all the people together to war, to go down to Keilah, to besiege David and his men. So you have, in the midst of this third world war, it's like a holy war. It's just a war of all wars. You know, you have to be a warrior for the Lord. And that's the only thing that's going to get you through these times, man. The straight gate. Very difficult to get through, but if you have the Lord, all things are possible. But without the Lord, you can't do nothing. Doesn't matter if you have a freaking bunker pod, you have a freaking 200 million guns, doesn't matter. And David knew that Saul secretly practiced mischief against him. So same thing with a lot of you guys. We already know. The Lord has us, gives us knowledge, this foresight. We know already what a lot of you guys are doing. You're practicing mischief, man. Witchcraft. A lot of you guys is witches, man. And he said to Abiathar the priest, bring hither the ephod. Then said David, O Lord, power of Israel, thy servant hath certainly heard that Saul seeketh to come to Keilah, to destroy the city for my sake. Will the men of Keilah deliver me up into his hand? Will Saul come down as thy servant hath heard? O Yahweh, power of Israel, I beseech thee, tell thy servant. And Yahweh said, he will come down. You see? So the Lord answered him. But see, who was the Lord not answering? The Lord wasn't answering Saul. That's why he went to that witch at Endor. And the next day he got destroyed. See, when the time of these judgments happening quick.
Candy. 25.
You know, Lord gave him answers, man. The Lord's giving him the answers. So he knew how to move, knew how to maneuver, knew where to go. Then said David, will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into the hand of Saul? And Yahweh said, they will deliver thee up. So what did David do? He escaped. He got away. Like you're saying, Proverbs, a wise man, a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself. And we hide ourselves in this word. And the only way you can really seek us out and find us if you have the light too, if you're dwelling in the secret place of the Lord too. Yeah, I'm gonna close off with this. You have a so it's heavy, just showing you how divided this place is. Down there in Florida, this is from NBC News. It says Florida grocery store bucks mask mandate. Owner says COVID death toll is hogwash. Which that word hogwash, I gotta look that up, man. What does that mean? Right? It means nonsense. So East, you got a whole freaking market. No one's wearing masks. This place is done. I mean, there's no more dominion. There's no more authority, man. They're losing their authority. They're losing their position. It's slipping. You know? So you have Esau fighting against Esau. You have the elect fighting against the reprobates, the gold, you know? All kind of wars. Esau versus Jacob, all this stuff, man. Mark 3:26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, cannot stand by hath an end. And we're literally watching this end. As it's written in Ezekiel 7, the end watcheth for thee. See, so we gotta watch out for it. All praises, glory, honor, faith, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash, Baba Ball, Bless J Strong, Shalom. Destruct all your anti-Yahweh Shais.